welcome on board Sanjiv Bhasin. Sanjiv, hi, morning. 20,100 here, not just 20,000. What's next in store? And more importantly, what are the stocks you think are going to lead the market rally forward from here?
Yeah, good morning, Aisha. So I know everyone is just startled at how fast the recovery happened, but it was there. It was for the asking. Lower yields, lower weakness in US dollar, strength in the US markets, all that meant that the pessimism in end of October was more to do with technical in nature. I think results have been fairly fine. India is under-owned at the lowest, I mean, in 16 years by FIs, and that is what is going to drive, the prices higher. So I am very, very optimistic. The broader market will continue to outperform. New highs are very much on the cards. You have the, provincial, exit poll and the Monday outlook. But I think all that will be taken with a pinch of salt because the general elections are very, very far. So there will be volatility, but I am of the opinion earnings, macros, and the Fed attitude now not higher for longer, but maybe a rate cut coming in the first quarter could actually set the cat amongst the pigeons. So very, very optimistic, particularly on banks which have underperformed and select stocks which can be outperformers in the PSU and in the consumption basket.
Sanjiv, hi, morning. IreDA, and it was a stellar listing yesterday. What's the outlook now? Hold, book profits, or do you think even buying more now?
Well, hold 100%. Book profit is it depends on your the duration, Aman, because they are talking of 30% CAGR, and we know that space in renewables and green energy cost of money is the lowest. So I think they will do very well as a company. It's now got a Navratna status and so on, and they are the flavor of the day, month, and the year. That is PSUs, particularly PSU power lenders. So I am very, very optimistic. We picked it up yesterday for some clients who could not get that much in the initial allotment, and we are not in a hurry to sell. We will play out this over the next 2 years. Like I said, the initial pop and the returns have been startling. That is what you'll expect today again in Tata Tech. But I would still say use any dips on decline to buy this IREDA.
But Sanjeev, the problem is that dip won't come, and many have been left just, rubbing their hands because they never got subscription. So, I mean, what do you think is good value to buy in case you've already missed out on the IPO opportunity? Because the stock is not going to abate anytime soon.
So Aisha, that will always be a question, a glass half full, half empty. Do I get in? Do I not? What I would suggest is do a sip for the next 6 months. Buy some now, buy some on declines, and keep buying every month. Depends on your duration as an investor. What is your horizon? The short-term traders will have made a killing, but the longer-term play is still to be invested in power lenders because they've never had it so good. I mean, who thought REC PFC will be 4 times from the last 2 years? It's all about holding quality stocks where the underlying fundamentals are changing very, very rapidly. And I still think PSUs are in a sweet spot. So, like I said, use any opportunity to buy some and then wait for declines or do a sip for the next 3, 4, 5 months. You will get volatility where there will be providential correction. That would be a good point to add on.
Okay, fair enough. What's the outlook when it comes to the auto sector now on the back of the upcoming November auto sales numbers? Do you think that the festive cheer will play out? What's the outlook in terms of the demand momentum across the board?
So, Aman, it is evident in the stock prices. If you saw Bajaj Auto, Hero, and Eicher all hitting all-time highs, and it's a classic reversal in the last 6 months where rural incomes were supposed to be down and out, and two-wheelers were bearing the brunt. But two-wheelers have made such a smart comeback, and not to forget the CV players like Tata Motor, also on the back of the Tata Tech listing, Ashok Leyland, Maruti, all of them are doing extremely well. So I think this season is such, when you have 32 lakh weddings and 4.5 lakh crore expenditure, then cars, autos, two-wheelers, depending on one's budget, will definitely find its way into each household. I still think there is more upside. It's first time that I've seen the pessimism which rubbed out on Eicher was actually a buying opportunity when they when Hero launched Harley Davidson and Bajaj Triumph. But Eicher has made a very strong comeback, and there's no running away from the fact that Royal Enfield as a brand is really matured and is there to stay. So I would definitely put my money on Eicher. I think the upside is now about 20% from here, and you can add a Hero which we own as a disclosure. So both these stocks are in our portfolio, but we would advocate buys. Ashok Leyland is my dark horse play in the CV sector. It has rallied from 165, 170 when I was recommending to 180. I think that stock is headed to 225.
Sanjiv, just getting your take then on the Tata Tech IPO, because experts are even saying that on listing day itself, it could touch the 4-digit mark.
Well, Aman, what can we say? The best two IPOs, Tatas and the PSUs, at least they've left money on the table for the shareholder, for the, common investor. So very, very positive mood. And I would say that is actually a blessing in disguise, because it will inculcate more of the IPO, participation and so very positive, steps by them. And who's to say, Tata Tech the Tatas have led from the front. They've always created value. You have TCS, you have Tata Elxsi, and you have Tata Com, all very, very big. My top pick over there, if you have not got this, buy Tata Tele, TTML. That is going to be the consumer-facing arm of this of the entire Tata Group as far as ICT goes, and they are making huge inroads. So that is the one which I am actually betting on. As a disclosure, that is in our portfolio in that range of 85-90. We think Tata Tele can double from here in the next 2 years. So Tata Tech is going to have a blockbuster listing. But if you can't digest the volatility and buy the cheaper Tata Tele. That will also make money for you in the next 2 years.
Okay, let's...
Bottom line here is that are large cap stocks now looking cheap, especially private banks? Are they getting ready to cut loose? Bhasin Saab.
Agreed, 100%. Nikunj, you've given a very good synopsis, but that's the way markets are. In the last 2 years, mutual funds have also underperformed in delivery of returns because mid-caps have stolen the show, and that continues. PSUs are a large constituents of all the mid-cap indices, and all from defense to railways to power, they have been the real jet setters. So I think L&T has been the biggest star, and along with it, there is a whole basket of stocks which have got re-rated from the likes of Dr. Reddy, Cipla, Sun Pharma. These are the ones which have actually made big moves, and rightly so. But I think Bank Nifty is overdone on pessimism. Yesterday, we just saw a trailer of what, the under ownership in banks is. And as you know, FI's most ownership is on banks and IT. And now I think they are making a comeback. So I am in the camp that Bank Nifty goes to a new high. And, it will be led by large caps. HDFC, by the way, in the last 2 weeks, it's actually HDFC and Reliance, which I was stressing, will be the ones which will take you past 20,000. So the sheer weight of those two stocks is what is going to move the index. And like you rightly pointed out, the index also has lagged because of these two's underperformance. So I am in the camp that banks make a strong comeback. And, the likes of ICICI Axis, which I've been saying for the last week, 10 days, looks extremely good on the charts. And HDFC will join the party along with Kotak.
Everybody wants to say goodbye to Sanjiv Bhasin. Bhasin Saab, you're so popular that even Avan and me got confused who's supposed to say thank you to you. That's the love which we have for you. Never made a chance to say even hello and goodbye to you. Thank you very much, Bhasin Saab. Delhi mein thand kaisi hai, Bhasin Saab? Forgot to ask you.
अरे बढ़िया सर, ठंड तो बहुत बढ़िया और मंदी वालों के तो और ठंड लग रही है. So आप आइए दिल्ली, क्या मौसम है, superb. And actually the best weather, the smog has gone down. There is no restriction on cars moving, and it will be a pleasure to have you here. The best weather available, and new highs are going to welcome the bulls.
Pollution भी तो है. Pollution का क्या करें? AQI 350.
नहीं pollution नहीं है सर. आप आइए तो all cars restrictions is over. It is more hyped by journalists and media. Let it be. It is, for us, it's a daily part of life. We can't change that. Just as stock market was in COVID time, we were actually the COVID warriors. So yes, there is no such big thing. It is just a matter of more attuned, and obviously we stay here. But I'm telling you from ground level, it is much less than what was anticipated.